Good morning, everyone. Sometimes you just can't wait to get started, so I'm a minute early. I am so excited about today. I tell you, I've just been raring to go for this one, and I'm thinking, gosh, I should find one to go on earlier. But I just wanted to welcome everybody to God's Country today. Your host is Amanda today, and here we go. I'm so excited. So today I just want to say that I'm very grateful for being here and being able to talk with you guys today, and my lovely husband and my beautiful children and the sun shining and my little puppy and my kitty who just had surgery Monday. She has been fixed. We don't have to go through that anymore. Poor girl was suffering. So I wanted to celebrate some accomplishments. Last week we talked about our goals and dreams, and there's my dream board right over there. Hopefully some of you guys went back and watched the video and maybe did some mental notes, or maybe created your own board, or wrote some things down that you really want out of life, the goals and the dreams that you're after. So I wanted to celebrate my goals. And this last Sunday, I finally went paddleboarding. You might have remember I mentioned that I wanted to learn how to paddleboard. Excuse me, and I did. And I fell off twice, and it was fun. Me and my cousin went, and it was beautiful. We went on the river, upstream at first, and I fell off the board twice, which was fun. And but I was learning, and that's the fun thing about it. I had a guy on the sidelines down the river going, "You're doing great. Put the paddle all the way in the water. Oh, and turn it around because you got it backwards." And I was like, okay. And 5 minutes later, I fell off the board just by doing this. And something else that I really wanted to do was I wanted to buy some roller skates. And me and my girlfriend started a vision board at her house a couple weeks ago. We never got really far, but I cut out a pair of roller skates and I put them on the vision board because I've been wanting to do some roller skating again. And I got on Amazon and I bought me a pair of roller skates, and I put them on and thinking I was just going to get up and go, and no, I did not get up and go. I went up, I was shaky, and I went through the kitchen a couple times shaking, and I figured, you know, between paddleboarding and roller skating, eventually I'm going to find my balance again, and I'm going to be scooting down the river and scooting down the road. So that's what's fun going on in my life right now. Plus I've been trying to do new recipes every night. I'm picking up those recipe books and I'm opening them up and I'm going through recipes, and they're delicious. I did a Ree Drummond recipe on Sunday, taco soup. I did a Trish Yearwood, who's married to Garth Brooks. I did a recipe of hers on Monday. I did a Rachel Ray recipe last night, and I was going to do some fettuccine alfredo tonight, but that's not new, so I'm going to go through the recipe books today, and I'm going to find a new recipe for dinner tonight. So that's fun. And what's fun is every night at dinner time, people are just eating and they're going, "Oh my God, this is so good." So tell me, I'm going to give it just a second. Did you achieve any of your goals this week? Any of your dreams? Did you get yourself closer to any of those achievements that you were after? I'm going to give you a minute. Tell me all about it. I invited a lot of people today. I'm learning how to use this Facebook, and so I sent like 27, 28 messages out, and I shared it with a bunch of people. So my dog is down here. She likes to come out in the studio with me, I think. So I hope that you were able to accomplish some of those dreams and goals. So today we're talking about organizing, prioritizing, just lifting our vibration to start our days out better. Because when we get up in the morning, we tend to just do our humdrum, but I'm going to talk about that later. First, I want to get to, I wrote a lot of notes down, and I want to make sure that I hit every one of them. So a couple weeks ago, I told you about my mom and I finding a bunch of books, and they all seem to align with where I'm going, my adventure. And so this was one of the books that I found. It was called Marry Your Muse, and it's by Jan Phillips. When they write their names all weird sometimes, I can't understand it, but here's the book. And this is called The Artist's Creed. And what I liked about this, because this can pertain to life and a creator. It really kind of vibrates through our life. So it says, I believe I am worth the time it takes to create whatever I feel called to create. I believe that my work is worthy of its own space, which is worthy of the name sacred. Now, you can also say that about life. I believe that the moment I open myself to the gifts of the muse, I open myself to the source of all creation and become one with the mother of life itself. I believe that my work is joyful, useful, and consistently changing, flowing through me like a river with no beginning and no end. I believe that what it is I am called to do will make itself known when I have myself ready. I believe that the time I spend creating my art or my life is precious as the time I spend giving to others. I believe that what truly matters is making of art or life is not the final piece looks like or sounds like, not what it's worth, not what it's not worth, but what the newness gets added to the universe in the process of peace itself becoming. I believe that I am not alone in my attempts to create, and that once I begin to work, settle into the strangeness, the words will take shape, the form find life, and the spirit take flight. I believe that as the muse gives to me, so does she deserve from me. Good morning, beautiful. And faith, mindfulness, and enduring commitment. So I really felt like that kind of just pertaining to life also. Food morning to you too. So, like I said, this is the Artist's Creed, and I thought it was good for life itself also, because you are worthy to create your own life. It is sacred. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe what you do is worth something. So that was the Artist's Creed, and I really wanted to read that this morning. So I'm going to move on. Like I said, I wrote a lot of notes, so we're just going to keep going down the notes. So you chose to be here in this moment in time, on this planet, and you play an important role. And when I say that, because some people's like, I have no effect on anything. You do. With our emotions, if we keep an emotional high, things around us, people around us will, that was beautiful. I've never heard it before. Thank you for sharing. Absolutely. It was in that book that I found. Went to the books. So we all play an important role with our emotions. If we have a negative emotion and a negative feeling, then the next person that comes upon us is going to have that negative emotion and it's going to keep carrying on. But if we keep our vibrations high, and we'll talk about how we can do that in a few moments, but if we keep our vibrations high, then those negative things are kind of just bounce right off of us. People that are feeling negative may get a jolt of positive energy their way. And if we can keep that emotional high going, then we do have a positive reaction on our world. There's no better time right now. There's social media, there's YouTube, there's the news, even though that's all negative. But if we follow that negative stream, we continue to raise the negative vibration, and we don't want that. We want to have a positive vibration. So, and sometimes we get so busy, we lose sight of what we really want. And that's where we need to step back, recreate our lives, recreate our mindset, and recreate our story. You know, what kind of story do you want to leave behind? Do you want to leave a story of doom and gloom, or do you want to leave a story of glory? You know, what do you want people to say about you when you are ready to leave, or when you leave? And sometimes you might be like, well, I don't really care because I'm not going to be here to listen to it. But you do care. You want your kids to be able to say something great about you, or your spouse to say something great about you, or your friends. You know, when they talk about you, That's raising vibration. She was so awesome, or he was so amazing, and I wish I could be like that. I'm going to do things that are, more in a line to how they were living, because look at, what's her name? Come on. Rose Nyland. Betty White. She's almost 100 years old, and anytime you read anything about Betty White, it is usually all amazing. This woman has lived her life in high, happy, emotional state, and look at how long she's lived. And if you talk about Betty White to anybody, they're really like, she's great, she's funny, wow, what a life she's led. And and one time my husband and I were talking about it, it's like, we should start living our life more like Betty White. Look at how happy she is. Yes. So yeah, exactly. If even a negative story will live long, but you don't want to talk about that too much. You want to talk about the good stories that have lived on, and that's what you want. You want your story to be a happy one. Do you want to leave this earth with regrets, or be able to say that I lived? And that came from another book, and I didn't bring it out here with me, but it was, the woman actually wrote a book about death and regrets, but then she wanted to write something about living life with no regrets. And they were saying that they work with a lot of people that are about to pass over, and a lot of their stories are how they have regrets, that they didn't live, that they had unfinished business. And when they talk about unfinished business, we can have unfinished business throughout our whole life. And it's a matter of, do you want to make it unfinished business, or do you want to say, I did it, and that's put away? And if you believe in reincarnation, which the Dr. Dyer totally did. I was just reading another one of his books last night, and he talked about where he was in a past life, and how he knew that in this life, he wanted to make up for what he was before. And that's why he chose the role that he was playing in this life. So do you want to move forward, higher elevation of life? And then when you come back, if you believe in that, do you want to do it all over again, or do you want to continue to move higher? So life is precious. It's not just important to be alive, but it is important to feel alive. I have been on a high since I got back from that trip. I'm doing everything that I want to do, and I tell you, for the first time in a long time I can remember, I've lived a solid week with no negative impact, because I'm choosing to raise my vibration in a powerful, happy way. And it seems like all that negative energy and stuff is just not coming to me, because I'm not welcoming it. I'm welcoming joy. I'm welcoming a higher vibration. And so it seems like it's not even coming near me, which is amazing. So I mentioned before, this is how we're going to get into it, organizing our day, is that when you get up in the morning, we tend to have the old humdrum. We get up, we go to the restroom, we brush our teeth, we make our coffee, and we may turn on the news, okay? Instead of turning on the news, maybe put on some dance music, something you like to dance to. And now you're getting ready, you're dancing, you're feeling good, and you're raising that happy vibration. And when you do that, then you get in the car because you're not done dancing, and you're turning on some music, and it seems like there's really not that much traffic, and even if there is, you're in a higher vibration. It doesn't bother you. And then when you get to work, you're just like in that great mood, and there might be somebody that had some bad story or wanted to give you some grim news or whatever. They may walk over to you, and they'll be like, seeing that you're in such a good mood, they may not want to be affected. They may not want to affect you in a negative place. Be like, wow, you're in a good mood. Yeah, I've been dancing all morning. I feel great. I'm ready for this day. And you may turn that situation into a positive for them. Well, I want to dance. I want to feel good. I want to be in a good place. And they may forget that negative space they were in and bring themselves into a positive place. So that's like one of the ways that you can kind of change your morning, change how you're doing. Because remember, we talked about when you have your goals and your dreams, they are attracted by a positive vibration. If you continue to live on a negative vibration, those things are just not going to come your way because you're not feeling good about it. You're just like, it's never going to happen, blah, 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 blah. You know, I want that car, I want that car, I want that car, I want that car, I want that car. But if you don't have yourself in a high vibration, the universe, that's where we're going to go at this moment, doesn't decipher want and don't want. They just see the main picture. So you've put it out there. You know you want it. It's on your board. You visualized it. You're feeling good about it. You're keeping your vibration high, and those good things are going to come to you. Another way that you can change your morning is you get up in the morning, you brushed your teeth, and you got to take your dog out, okay? So instead of just taking your dog out and be like, oh, I got to do this dang chore every day, take a ball with you, spend 5 minutes, throw in that ball for your puppy. You both are going to walk in the house feeling a little good. The puppy's going to go drink some water, going to lay out on the floor. They got some exercise. He's a happy puppy. You're a happy person. You're still dancing around, and it's a good morning. It's a good way to start the day. And now the puppy's had a little bit of exercise while you're off working, or you're cleaning your house, or whatever like that. You know, it's just changing one little thing in the morning to raise your vibration and to bring you in a better place. One of the things I used to do when I got ready for work was I would put on a movie, a feel-good movie. And I loved The Secret because it kept me in a high vibration. I love The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, one of my all-time favorites. I've seen it a bunch, and I think I own 3 copies of it. And The Devil Wears Prada, because there's a young woman who is striving to be something better, and she has these things to go through, but it's a feel-good. She gets there, and I don't so much watch it as I listen to it. You know, and I'm getting that inspiration, that good, feel good, excuse me, and I'm starting my day on a positive note. These are little things that we can do to change our days. So that's changing our path. How can we create a new life, a new expression of life? Start it on a better track. Don't just wake up in the morning and just be like, ugh, the alarm went off, and da-da-da. Jump out of bed and say, I can do this today. I've got goals and dreams, and I want a great life for myself, a great life for my family. I just want a good life, and I'm going to create that today. Sometimes it's hard when that darn alarm clock goes off. I don't know. But I think once you start getting in that path, in that routine of a better day, it's so much easier to just wake up and start your day in a positive place. So what can you do to give your life shape, color, and texture to create a melody and power for our soul? That's another thing, is you get up in the morning and you just change your outlet. Do not turn on the news, because very rarely does that news come on and say, we got great news today. The sun is shining, there is no rain, there's these things going on, this puppy was saved over here, look at this happy kitty. Rarely do you see anything positive come out of that boob tube in the morning, unless you turn on something positive. So don't put yourself in that place, because you're going to carry that with you. What do you want your life to look like? Do you want it to be successful? And we talked about that. What is success to you? It's not the big house. It's not the major car. Hello, whoever joined me and given me lots of love. I love you too. It's the family. It's the food on the table. It's the new recipe that you just did. That's success. You created a successful recipe. You know, it's going out and learning how to paddleboard. That's success. That's climbing that mountain, no matter what kind of mountain it is. That's creating a successful. I love you, Alyssa. Oh, your new baby is so beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad you joined me. Oh, absolutely. Thank you for joining. I do this every Wednesday at 10 a.m., so if you set your calendar. And I have a YouTube channel. It's called The Curvy Gypsy. All my videos are on there. Something I'm building. So, and we're in my studio. I meant to talk about that too. We're in my studio. It's where I make soap and sugar scrubs. It's going to be my new company right there. It's going to all change this week. But anyway, let's get back to that. What kind of life do you want your life to look like? Do you want to fill it with color and texture, or do you want it to be just black and white? You know? So that was... Oh, good. Well, you could always go and watch me, and I'll respond. So, okay. Imagine your muse is ever ready to co-create, full of grace and awesome beauty. The one chosen at birth to create a beautiful life for yourself and your loved ones. Because in creating your good life, those around you, family, will be affected and want to share and bring forth that best life. So when you are creating your happy life, everybody around you is being affected. They're going to see your joy. And if they're having that bad moment, they're going to see your joy. And if they see you dancing around, and they're going to be like, you're so silly. I can't tell you how many times my husband has walked up to me because I'm just dancing around. And he's like, you're so cute. And no matter what he was feeling, he thought I was cute, and that put a smile on his face. That's what we want to do. We want it to wash the negativity away and bring forth and fill our lives with that positive, good feeling. That's what we want in our lives. We complain a lot that there's not enough time in our world to get all these things done, but how much time do we spend a day doing things that we don't want to do, or we just aren't doing? You know, we say we don't have enough time, but really we do. We have plenty of time. Unless you're one of those mothers, you got to get up, you got to make the dinner, lunches, you got to get the kids to school, you got to get to work, you got to buy groceries, you got to buy dinner, and then you're so exhausted. Sometimes just getting up 30 minutes early in the morning, dancing to your own tune, it will make your day go so much smoother. It's not a problem to get those lunches ready. You're happy when you put the kids in the car. You're driving. The kids are happy because you've got some music. What are you listening to, Mom or Dad? Oh, I'm just dancing. You're silly. But they get out of the car giggling. Now they have a better day going, you know? My mom's so crazy. My dad's so crazy. You're laughing as you're driving off, and you're feeling good, and you get to work. And work doesn't seem so work, you know? It seems like you're just moving forward, you know? And if you can carry that throughout the day, I know it gets difficult. You know, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, my steam. Oh my God, I've been happy for how long now? But I'm going to keep this going because I'd really like to enjoy the rest of my day. And oh, there's my husband. He's coming in to say something. I got 8 minutes. Oh, he's got to go. Let me give him a kiss real quick. I love you.
Love you.
Okay. Call me if you need me. That's live action for you, folks. Okay, so that was that. And then I had one more thing I wanted to read, and then we'll just kind of go over a couple things real quick. So this is out of the same book here, and I just thought this was beautiful. Hi, Doug. Bye, Doug. To live with our eyes wide open, to breathe in the colors of mountain and sky, to know the sound of leaves rustling, the smell of snow, the texture of bark. It is necessary to rub our hands all over life, to sing when and where we want, to take in every detail, and to jump when we get to the edge of a cliff. To be an artist or in life is to notice every beautiful and tragic thing, to cry freely, to collect experience and to shape it into forms that others can share. Oh, we have to get together. Well, we're down here in Florida right now. What I loved about that is because there's so much in life that we just don't experience, we don't appreciate. And when you can go outside and just close your eyes, take a deep breath, throw that ball with your puppy, dance to your own tune. I've always danced to my own tune. And if you can do that, then you can create a better day. Think of the little things that you can change throughout your day to just better it a little bit, you know. There are things that come our way that make us stumble, but we want to remember to jump over that stump, because it is, even this shall pass, and keep moving forward in that positive place. Raise your vibration. If you want something bad enough, you don't have to dwell on it. Be in a good place, know you want it, and know that it's yours. It's so important to keep your vibration high. And I think that was about it. I'm really surprised. I was like so ready to go. I'm pretty sure I got everything taken. I got everything. That's awesome. But I wanted to go over some things that we've got going on God's Current Shoe today. Adrian has Monday nights, Energy with Adrian. Thank you. Amen. And Holly comes on. Holly, you can put it up there real quick. It's something salon, Bible salon. Go ahead and put that up there. It's on God's Country today. Unfortunately, Joseph has decided to step back right now, work on himself, which that's fine. And when he comes back, he'll be rejuvenated and ready to share some of that love and some of that meaning that he has found in his life. So we're grateful for that. Holly, I'll be talking to you later. I've got someone interested in coming on. He hasn't decided when he would like to do it, but he said he would like to do it. So we're going to talk about that, and hopefully we'll be seeing him soon. And so go out there, create your dreams, build yourself up. Good News Salon. There we go. Go and check me out on YouTube, The Curvy Gypsy. And thecurvygypsy.com is my soap and bath products. And so yeah, that's today. Go out, be happy, spread some love, build the vibration. This world needs a positive vibration. We can go only up. We can go only up. Faith and Friends Book Club at 3 on Wednesdays. Yes. So I wanted to make sure Holly puts that on there so everybody that comes and checks out the video can join us in that. And so yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go out and make your dreams happen, your goals, some way, some way. Just be happy. Share that joy and love everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye-bye. And I do this every time. Oh, finish. It's not finishing. Thank you, baby. You too.